stories again and carry them around. Turns out freedom is a softer and stranger kind of sound. It's a yes you didn't have to think about, it's a no you didn't fight. It's a Tuesday in October when the room is full of light, and the door is open, the door was always open, and I see it now. Free. Not the way the movies say, just a quiet kind of free. There's a person in the mirror who's been waiting all along for the rest of me to catch up, for the rest of me to come home. And I'm here now, and I'm here now, and I'm here now, and I'm here. And the years that I was missing aren't as heavy as they were. Just a quiet kind of free. Just a Tuesday and a window and me.
Here's the show where the fun starts and ends here every Tuesday with the comic Relief Crusader.
From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe, there stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the woke, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader. Hello, everybody. How is it going? It is Titillating Tuesday, episode 156. And you have entered the gigosphere that is only on this channel, whether you are on the Rumbles, on X, or on the YouTubes, because it is Titillating Tuesday with the comic Relief Crusader, and I want to welcome you all to this channel. Oh boy, is it going to be a fun-filled night, because you know why? Because there's some very, very interesting news going on, and we're going to be sharing it all tonight. It's going to be so glorious because we're going to be doing some good for probably a few people, and exposing injustice, kind of like the title song says. But first of all, I want to be able to say hello to everybody that happens to be here, or if they're not here, they were here before. So that first person first that was on here was DJ Play Nice. And he says, y'all, now's a good chance to share out the show. That's right, because if you haven't done that, you're a Nazi. Send it to a friend and post a bump on your own YouTube channel in the community tab. That's right, because if you don't, you're a libtard. So, thank you, DJ Play Nice. And we got wrench number one. That happens to be here. That happens to be Wrench Womack, and hail to you, good sir, Mr. Womack. And we got the lovely Mindy Wheeler, who is the other half of the Wheelers, the second half being Mike. So, Mindy, thank you very much. Shared it in a group. I'm part of Goody. Let me in the group and partake of your goodiness. And I appreciate that, Mindy. I really, really, honestly do. We have your lovely artist, otherwise known as Sylvia, that also happens to be here. We have, I believe I've seen this guy here before. XP Comics Official. How's it going, dude? And hey to you. And if that's all you can say, then so be it. That's okay. I'm okay with that. So, and welcome to the show. We got wonderful Evelyn Rose. Hey, comic, how are you? I have been mostly moist today on account that I was working out in the rain all day. So moist is not bad. However, sometimes I tend to retain water, and I hate that. So, see, Vince has already put up all the links. Yeah, so hey everybody, because you know what, I'm going to plug this right now. On account that I hardly ever do, and I should. And this guy being me, you know what, I'm a graphic designer, and I'm also designing my own comic. And that's the kind of fun stuff about what I do and on this channel. So if you need a commission, because I work for various companies as a graphic designer and also as a box artist for X-Transbots, get a hold of me, especially you guys that are watching right now, probably on X, because I'm very reasonable to get along with. However, if you guys are watching on Rumble or on X and you want to come over to the YouTube side of things, there is the link. You can find me right now, which is, well, all you have to do is just type in the search, The Comic Relief Crusader, which happens to be me. And if you happen to be on X and don't want to go to YouTube, well, then there's always Rumble. And if you're on YouTube, go to Rumble, because what I'm about to cover today, well, yeah, this is why I encourage the Rumble channel. So, but I doubt very much that anything's going to happen, because if anything does, well, whatever, I don't care. And also, you know what, because I don't plug Kitty Flips enough over at Flip City Magazine, go over and check out flipcitymag.com, because they are now the cracked mad magazine of our time. And on top of that, you can check out a free issue that you can download. And if you like what you see, then go ahead, get yourself a subscription for 10% off when you use the discount code CRC. And if you don't know what CRC stands for, why are you here? So, that being said, I want to say hello also to Stark Void and Sup Dude with you. Nice to see you. We got the illustrious Gap After Dark, my other wrench. Hello, and good to see you, my man. And let's see, the Frost Vein. Hello to you. Nice to see you. Who else we got? Irish Mallard. Nice to see you, Irish. Great. You can, you know, when I keep on thinking Mallard, I don't know why. I'm always, but it's Millard, or you know what? No, it's Mallard. Of course, it's Mallard. I always think duck. I don't know why, but I do. But hello to you. We got Vince number 2, and yes, you have arrived, and I'm glad that you have, and nice to meet you. And nice to meet you, of course. Yeah, glad that you're here. Glitch, what's up, dude? And so much to my boss to randomly fire me from me, so I'm out of a job. Dude, seriously, man? Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. My boss fired me, and I didn't have a good reason. He says, "Oh, because we want to." No, 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 no. See, it doesn't work that way. They have to have a reason to fire you, or else they can get in trouble with the law. That's as far as I know. So Sue was asked. Kitsu Star, nice to see you. Konnichiwa to you. And sorry to hear that glitch. Oh, yeah, because Vince had a glitch. So, but it sure has worked out right now. And Canadian Cat, my first fan art person cat. I'm muddling words right now. Yes, I'm gonna give you that title. That's your title now. So our illustrious Lenrod, yo, and yeah, there you go. Food break, CRC time. Exactly. Husk. Sup, dude? Nice to see ya. Great. Who else we got? We got Shira Kotuju? Damn. Oh, yes, okay. That's right. Doodle Dude. The other Doodle Dude that I was checking out on YouTube. Nice to see you. Great that you're here. Thank you. Mike is a bit low. Yeah, probably because technology hates me at times. So I can always try talking a little closer to it. But anyway, who else have we got here? I'm just going to go through the chat very quickly, and I think I'm caught up. So that is okay. Great. So, hello to everybody. I'm glad that you're all here. And now that we wasted pretty much like 13 minutes time, yeah, we're going to get into the first segment before we get into the news, which is happen to be this.
And now it's time for Stupid News. All the news, stupid and new from around the world.
And that's right. So, what do we got in stupid news today? Because all the news is stupid and improved by the U.S. Army, the sweetest smelling army in the world. It happens to be, because you know what, I'm going to put the chat up too, because everybody likes to see themselves at this point in time. So, what do we got in stupid news today? Well, we're going to be going to the smoking gun again, and we're going to be bringing up some fun stuff. And it depends on where you are. In Wisconsin, no reason is needed. This is true. Vince, CRC, in America, a lot of states are at will employment, meaning that they can just fire you so long as it's not under protective. Really? Damn. See, it's a little bit different here in Canada. Oh, well. So what do we got in the smoking gun? Stupid news today. Okay, we got this one. Federal Judge's Chamber of, oh boy, certain naughty secrets. Sexual healing. Okay. Anyway, a jurist held frequent noisy workday trysts in her Atlanta office. Of course, it's the West Coast. Why wouldn't it be? So, so, and this happened on May 27th, or reported on May 27th. A federal judge in Atlanta turned her chambers into a hot sheets motel. Oh my God. Where she carried on a extramarital affair with a local police commander while law clerks in earshot of the, oh God, sexual trysts had to endure the sounds of moaning and intimate contact, the smoking gun has learned. There's no justice in reading this article. Damn it. When first confronted in late 2025, the allegations about her workplace behavior, Eleanor Ross. So remember, if you happen to live in Atlanta and you have to go to court, make sure she's not your judge. Eleanor Ross, 58, lied to her judicial superiors, claiming in writing the charges were outrageous and baseless. Ross, who was nominated to the federal bench in 2013 by President Barry Soetoro, you know what, because I'm going to call him by his actual name, not Barack Hussein Obama, asserted that accounts about some very inappropriate conduct were fabricated by a disgruntled law clerk. I hope they either got audio or video evidence to back up their claims. So, apparently, I have never engaged in sexual intercourse in my office, nor anywhere else in the courthouse, Ross wrote in her initial response to Chief Judge William H. Pryor Jr. Oh, boy. No, Lenrod, it's true. There's no surprise there. So, man, and Vince, here it's 3 a.m. and I was slaving away in the garden. What? So give me a break. Oh, man. The X party does not start without me here. Well, that's true. It starts wherever it happens to be broadcasting. Gap, why? Yeah, exactly. See, Gap has the question here. Why are you in the garden at 3 a.m.? What in the world, dude? But also Gap asks the most pertinent question here out of everybody. I thought the woman would say their charges are racist. Oh, but they're both the same color. Exactly. So it can't be racist. Because remember, black people can't be racist. Remember? So, I was working in the garden earlier, but I'm still tired because of it. Well, then don't work in the garden, dude. So, and let Rod, someone do the dishes. Yes. Okay, so anyway, going on with the news here. Let's see. However, shortly after a special committee appointed by Pryor began its investigation, questioning witnesses, examining courthouse sign-in logs and security footage, and even testing a stained couch cushion for evidence of men that sail the high seas, because I'm not sure if I can say certain words on YouTube without them taking me down again. Ross abruptly changed her tune. Dun, dun, dun. I like how they put this in big, bold words. The clerk heard sounds of moaning. Oh, my God. Anyway, so the married judge, her spout is a state court judge. Oh, boy. Wow. Admitted engaging in a 2-year affair with a police official, during which time they had encounters in her office. Her original dismissal of the allegations, Ross said, was absolute dishonesty in denying the sexual misconduct in which I clearly engaged. They engaged all right. Fearful of the impact disclosure of the chamber's romps would have been on her personal life and already troubled marriage, Ross claimed she rashly submitted false statements. You know, if you're a judge, I mean, you should kind of know that making false statements, it's not really a good thing, you know? It's especially doesn't look good on you when you're a judge. I mean, come on. Not that judges don't lie. I'm sure there's quite a lot. But anyway, the special committee investigation was first revealed in a February order signed by Pryor that filing indicted that the Federal or Judicial Council of the 11th Judicial Circuit, which includes federal courts in Georgia, had adopted findings and recommended that the committee's 20-page final report that misconduct conduct finding was affirmed on May 22nd of the judicial blah 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 blah. So let's get to the gist of it here. So owing her double secret probation, she remains on the bench in courtroom 1708 of the United States Courthouse in Atlanta. In coming days, she is scheduled to handle detention and charge plea hearings, as well as the trial of defendants charged with a COVID-19 fraud scheme. Well, la di freaking da. So she still gets to be a judge. Okay. So we have that. All right. So, you know what? It's time for the Photo Fun matchup game, which on this would be a Friday, but we're doing it here on a Tuesday. So get ready, everybody. And Real White Nation Gaming, how's it going, dude? If you want to join me Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, let me know. No, exactly, Lemrod. She won't be punished. Well, I'm kind of live right now, Wade. So 7 p.m. Central is like 8 my time. No, wait. No, it's 6 my time. Whatever. Yeah, I'm already live. So, okay, let's play the game here. Tuesday Photo Fun game, where readers must examine 5 mugshots and match each defendant with the alleged crime for which they were arrested. So this is what we're going to do today. Let's play the game. So we got, let's see, I'm going to say tough-looking Italian mobster kind of tough guy. We've got a guy that looks like an evil Eric July. Let's see, center guy. He looks like somebody from India. He looks like Punjab truck driver that's going down in Alberta right now. Let's see. Okay, fourth guy. He almost looks like an O.J. Simpson type. And let's see. Last guy looks like a Latino Eminem is what I'm going to call him. So 5 guys, and what are the charges? Fleeing law enforcement officer, driving under the influence. Oh, we got another driving under the influence. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, and trespassing. So, you guys in Xland, or if you happen to be on Rumble or on YouTube, you guys get to pick out who did what, and and the fun and mirth and merriment begin as we play this game before we get on to the news. So, Latinos. Well, the last guy. I mean, forgive my Canadian-ness or whiteness. I don't know. He looks kind of Latino to me. So, I could always blow out the picture a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that would actually help. Yeah, there we go. We can do that. Okay. So does anybody want to hazard a guess yet? Let's see. Okay. So first out of the gate, Vince Womack says, number 1, still looks wasted, so DUI. Okay. Let's do, okay, you know what? So let's do number 1 DUI. Okay. So you know what? This way, we'll try to get everybody to pick. So Vince, you had your pick. We'll take a pick from somebody else. If you happen to be on X or Rumble or on the YouTubes, get your guess in now. Because we want to hear from you. All of you are part of this game. And this is why stupid news is probably the first fun part of the show. Anybody else? See, Vince is now disappointed. Okay. So, there we go. Gap. The last one looks battery. See, there you go. And Husk is like, does someone Did someone steal battery or something? Well, okay. So Gap took battery. The last one. So Husk, if you want to pick another one. So last one, battery. Okay. Husk or Lenrod. Anybody else or new guys, new comic guys that just happen to come in. Take a pick. This is where it gets fun. My guesses are in the trash. No, you never know. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Because it's so rarely that we get any of these right. At most, we often get one right. So- Well, you know what? I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one. You know what? Okay, the wiry guy, third one. I'm gonna say fleeing law enforcement officer because he looks kind of thin and gangly. So I'm gonna think that he has speed behind him. So I'm gonna say that. So okay. Husk says, oh, Husk and Lunrod. Number two, trespassing. Okay, so Lenrod and Husk are guessing the same thing. Okay, so number two, trespassing. And that leaves number four with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And we got our picks. So, number three, fleeing the cops. Yeah, yep. Okay, so we're gonna do a submit. And what do we get right? Oh, we didn't get any of them right. Oh. Okay. So the first one was battery. Dang it. Okay. Second one was fleeing law enforcement. I thought it would be the third one at least. So, you know what? Actually, this one makes more sense. The East Indian looking guy driving under the influence. Yeah, that makes actually more sense. So, fourth guy, who looks like a little bit like O.J. Simpson, trespassing. And the Latino tough looking Eminem guy, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So, sorry guys. This time we didn't get any. We didn't get any. Okay. But that was stupid news. All the news that's stupid and improved. Brought to you by only this channel. Only this channel, where no other channel will do. So, okay, folks. So we got a lot of interesting news to cover, but we're going to cover something a little bit interesting today. Because, well, it's okay if we fail. We're having fun doing it, though, Lenrod. So, there's been interesting developments. You know, usually on this show, we talk about, shows, occasionally games, movies, and in some cases, we talk about comics. And you know what? Today's kind of no different because you know what? The past couple of days have been rather interesting. They've been very, very interesting. So, how should I start this off with? You know what? Okay, we're going to start up with some of the good news of what is actually kind of going on in comics. So, a couple of days ago, no, was it a couple of days ago? No, it was actually like, no, actually, it was a couple of days ago. I was perusing on X. Thank you, all you X people that happen to be watching. Thank you, and I appreciate that very much. I was perusing through X because obviously I am friends with a few comic people on X and on Facebook too. One of them happened to be the Wheelers, Mike and Mindy Wheeler, and nice guys. And they've been producing a lot of independent comics, for a few years now, and they got their own comic. I suppose you can kind of call it a magazine, but they got a lot of little articles here and there and stuff like that. And I did order a few digital, and I've had them on huge circles. Let's see, a few months ago. Many of you guys probably remember them being on. So it might come to no surprise that months ago and for a while there was a difference in opinion between the Wheelers and many of their friends and Ethan Red and Scriber, whatever, EVS, and the whole Cyberfrog deal and all caps comics and blah blah blah. The good news is, while I was again perusing on X, the Wheelers have a new comic coming out, and I was surprised to learn that Ethan Van Sciver did a cover for them. And I'm like, what the fudge is going on? Because those two don't get along. And apparently, well, they made up. Both camps made up. And they're talking, which is great. And Mike and Mindy Wheeler, they're a fun couple of guys, and I've always enjoyed their company. And like I said, I've had them on the show a few times. So talking about lots of stuff. And there we go. See, XP Comics is still around. I knew you were still listening. Yeah, both me and the Wheelers both have a booth at the Indiana Comic Con this weekend. Nice. So, okay, Lenrod, you're going to get back to work? Hey, not a problem, dude. It's all good. Just lurk away. So, you know what? Anyway, it's nice to see that these two are getting along again. And you know what? Like I said before, it should just be about making fun comics and books to read and enjoy the artwork and the story over. And you know what? Who cares of who does what and why they're doing it and blah blah blah. You know what? Just make comics. That's what it should be all about. And I'm glad that those two, or I should say that those three, are getting along now. And there is and there should be peace in both camps, and and a sense of normalcy, if that's even a word. Well, it is now because I've used it. So, and it's good to see. It's great to see. However, there's always a serpent in Eden, so to speak, and this has ruffled the feathers of a particular type of person who I've known for, you know what, I'm going to say probably close to maybe 10 years ish, about 10 years. And I first met this guy on Facebook, and he was planning on making a comic, and I found out he lived in Australia. And Vince EVS probably felt lonely because he's pissed off so many people off. Well, see, that's possible. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know. Maybe that might be it, right? Because I do know that with what the Wheelers are doing, I mean, they saved up their pennies, and now they got their own printing press, and they're moving ahead forward. And you know what? Maybe it's possible that then Ethan said, you know what, this is just getting stupid. This is just getting ridiculous. Let's just kiss and make up, right, so to speak. I mean, maybe that could be it. I don't know the details. So, and if I did, then I definitely share, right? But I don't know all the details. I'm not gonna assume. Let's put it that way. However, this one guy, like I said, probably met him about 10 years ago on Facebook, and he wanted to do his own comics. And the guy lives in Australia, and he thinks he's like some sort of orange koala or something like that. I think he's big stuff. And the first time when I first started talking to him, he gave me a little test to letter a page, see how it'd be as a letterer. And I've never lettered comics before. And so, give it a little bit of a shot. And we got to talking and stuff like that. I kind of gave him a few pointers of what I knew because at the time I wasn't doing comics. Kind of wanted to, but I didn't. Anyway, that guy is Liam Gray. And you know what? I'm gonna share my story before expanding on what's going on. Liam Gray has told me, first of all, that he's this disadvantaged person, and that his parents were rich, but they didn't like his politics, so to speak. So they kicked him out, and he wasn't going to get any part of this inheritance that his parents were going to leave behind, and only his brothers and sisters, were going to get anything. So they kicked him out of the house, and that led him to living on the streets and in hostels, and he got into drugs, and he got out of drugs, and I believe he even said he was trying to make it as a musician, but that kind of bombed, and but he wanted to make comics, right? And I'm like, okay. And of course, not knowing anything about the guy, like it sounded like a kind of a tragic story, but also of a guy that wanted to pick himself up and dust himself off, and and produce something kind of fun. And that's what kind of attracted me to Liam's cause, if you will. Okay, because I mean, who doesn't like comics? Who doesn't want to maybe make a comic or something like that? So we got to talking a bit, and chatting, like here back and forth, and I tried to help him out, maybe a little bit here and there. I couldn't help much, but I tried to help where I could. And the first comic he said he was going to put out, Geno Cyber or whatever the heck it was like a Guyver ripoff, basically. And I'm like, well, the art looked pretty snazzy, and looks like this guy was actually serious about doing what he said he was going to do. So I didn't talk with him much, but he approached me one day, and he was going to do a comic, kind of like a manga style comic called Kakashi Murder Dolls, and it was something about these scarecrows that were like these programmable robot scarecrows or something like that. I don't know, whatever. It sounded weird, but he wanted to hire me to do the logo for his comic. And Husk, oh, you got to go? Not a problem. All good, dude. If you got to go, you got to go. Just catch her on the rewind if you want to do. Okay, if you can. So, be safe, dude. But anyway, he said he was going to pay me, and I did a logo for him. He gave me very little information to go by, just basically like a cover, and he kind of gave me a small little rundown of the comic. So he promised he was going to pay, and it was constantly hearing excuses as, oh well, I'm a little low on cash, so I'll get I'll get the money to you as soon as I can, and I'll pay you back as soon as I'm able to. It's like, all right, because in my mind, it was still the story of this down and out guy that basically got kicked out of his family and yada yada yada, right? So I'm thinking probably still doesn't have enough money. So I let it. I kind of let it slide. I didn't kind of want to because at the same time I wanted to. I wanted to get paid. Like I said, I'm a graphic designer. An XP, hey, not a problem, dude. It's all good. Just just drive carefully. I don't want to be the cause of an accident, man. Um, so anyway, like I said, because I'm a graphic designer, you do work, you want to get paid. Obviously, you got a client, you hope that they pay. I mean, I got this one guy that I printed out a bunch of stuff, and I've been waiting since October. He said he was going to pick it up in March, and it still hasn't happened yet. And now the guy's ghosting me, and that makes me kind of upset. You know, when somebody doesn't pay you or when they promise to and they never do. And I imagine a few of you people out there have come across that kind of situation. So you drop a hint every once in a while. He put me in, he invited me into his little comic group on X um, a few years ago. And, and he's hiring artists. This one, Yuka, for his Wonder Island book. So you hear things, and he's paying this girl. I think she was in New Jersey or New York. This Yuka, she's actually quite good, quite a good artist. And it's like, hey, you're paying this one person, but you can't even pay me. Like, what the hell, man? And then there was a another time. Some of you know, a couple years ago when I had to put together a GoFundMe, uh, because I was out of work, and and getting clients in, it was pretty hard. And Vince, no, I did. There's a watermark on it. I can even show you. So I can bring it up on screen as proof. And you know what? I might probably do that regardless anyway. But it was a prototype, like I said here. So while I'm talking, I'm going to bring this up. So I kind of spread that GoFundMe around at the time, and some of you know a little bit of the details, and Liam was like, "Oh yeah, man, I said, look, you owe me for the logo, you know, can you maybe pay me? I can really use the money." And it's like, "Oh no, I'll give you the money to your GoFundMe." So I'm like, "Okay, well, fine. Here's the GoFundMe." Anyway, here's the image that I made. It was like a prototype image, but yeah, I put my watermark on it. So, but that was the logo that I made for this Kakashi Murder Dolls thing. I don't even know if that comic even came out, but anyway, that was what I made for him. One of the things that I made for him. But anyway, it's empty promises and it's lies. And once these things start coming out, and you find out the person for who they really are, um, big talk, lying, cheating people out of their money, because apparently this Wonder Island that this Yuka artist, that she was drawing, because she was on live streams, um, and apparently she had had enough of this Liam Gray in Australia, and she wanted to get paid. And it's like, I see a pattern going on here. And she made a big stink out of it. to the point where Liam was forced to pay. But he wanted to get into Comic Skate, and again, this brings me back to Ethan Van Shriver, the Wheelers, and stuff like that when they were at odds. And I advised Liam against it. I'm like, look, from the things that I've heard, you don't want to get involved. You know, if you're making comics and if you stand behind your work, should speak volumes. So, but he did anyway. He got involved. And yeah, Vince, you know what? I agree. I agree. That's the reason why I haven't commissioned you of some work. I'm also a bit short on cash. Hey, dude, that's fine. That's fine. Because you know what? Look, this is what I'm going to tell you now. This is what I tell like pretty much everybody. Because I know Diesel. If you guys remember Diesel, you know, because he wanted to commission me for some work. I break up the payments. You know, I don't expect like a full amount down. Boom, like yeah, it's going to cost you this much. I break it down into manageable payments because I know everybody is on a budget. Everybody's on a budget, especially when, you know, money is kind of hard to come by. You know, and everybody's having a hard time. Um, no, I break it down into manageable payments, depending on what your budget is. So, yeah, no, I miss Diesel too. I got to get him back on here. Got to get him to drop by here. But you know what, Vince? Hey, if you want something, we'll talk. Anyway, the point is, he got involved with Comicsgate, and it just seemed like everything went to his head after that. And then he got caught a few, you know, doing and saying a few things. And he's been turning into a bigger and bigger jerk as the years have gone by. So, XP Comics, I don't have to pay anybody because I do it all myself. No, exactly, man. It's fun when you can do it yourself and you don't have to pay out to anybody else. So, but you know what? Yeah, Liam has gotten pretty bad now. It's gotten pretty bad. He's been kicked out of Comicsgate because he's been found out that he's a charlatan. Because apparently in a live stream, I think it was like on Ethan Van Shriver, Skyver's, whatever, Ethan's channel, during a live stream, he was asked to draw Cyberfrog, and apparently, it took him 6 hours, and it was done really badly. So apparently, he can't draw worth squat, which is pretty bad. You know, you want to do comics for a living, and you can't even draw. I suppose that's why he hires out artists, because he likes to believe that he knows everything in the comic book industry, but he knows nothing. He just has ideas. And I think a couple of years ago, before Skybound got the Hasbro license for G.I. Joe and Transformers and now Mask, when Hasbro ended their run at IDW, I mentioned it in Liam's group. I said, "Oh, IDW just lost a license from Hasbro," and Liam literally thought he could get the Transformers G.I. Joe license from Hasbro. Irish Ballard, awesome. Did you bring me one? Who happens to be back with a beer? I am jealous. Anyway, he literally thought he could get the the IP from Hasbro. And I'm like, whoa, dude, like that's hilarious. No. But anyway, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what's going on now. Because this has gotten quite serious. Because it's gotten so serious that even X has taken notice of this. It is ridiculous. And you know what? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because I'm gonna tell you how serious this has gotten. Okay, with Liam, unfortunately. Oh, you got me one. Good man. So yeah, exactly, Vince. I don't think Hasbro takes exposure as payment. No, they no, they don't. But this has gotten so big that even X has taken notice, and this is news on X now, and it's been last updated 3 years ago. So on X, their news. You know what? I'm going to bookmark this because I'm going to remember this for all eternity. Comics Gate creator accused YouTuber Liam Gray of channel takedown campaign. So what's been going on is this. Australian YouTuber Liam Gray faces accusations from Comicsgate members of urging his Discord and viewers to mass report katydid clips. Now, some of you may know katydid, all right? Fellow YouTuber, and you know what? And good on her for what she's doing. But Liam has been on a tirade that now katydid's channel has been shut down. Liam Gray has managed to take down her channel. And dude, XP Comics, thank you very much for that super chat, for that $4.99 super chat, dude. Thank you very much. And he says, Liam getting kicked out of Comicsgate is like Odin bashing Thor from the first movie. I take from you your crown and I cast you out. Dude, you couldn't be more right. You couldn't be more right. And you know what? For that super chat, I'm going to play this.
Oh, today I want to welcome you all and I want to talk about violence against children. It is a big no-no.
XP Comics, thank you very much. And you know what? I deem that clip for you most appropriate. Because at this point, we all want to punch Liam in the head. So this is what's going on. So so Comics Game member of urging his Discord and viewers to mass report katydid clips, leading to strikes that halted her streams and uploads. Screenshots show Gray demonstrating reporting steps in streams with critics like that Star Wars girl. So Anna, that Star Wars girl, which a lot of you know on X and on YouTube's, calling it a terms of service violation and, quote, shooting the messenger, unquote. While the channel page remains online with 1.27 thousand subscribers, katydid shifted her Comicsgate After Dark number 33 to Rumble as the community rallies support and demands YouTube investigate the alleged brigading. So this is what's going on. I put the link if you want to check out katydid's channel on Rumble. Nice person, really nice person. She did not deserve that, but only because, see, this is what's been going on is Liam's been going nuts. He's been going crazy. He's crapping his little diapers because he has become completely unhinged, completely full of neurosis. He's mentally unstable. He is unhinged. And anybody that basically dares call him out on anything that he does or because he has been lying about everyone and everybody. And dare you use Liam Gray's name in vain? Then apparently on his little Discord channel, he will gather up all his little followers that follow him on YouTube and on his Discord, and they will all get together en masse and take down somebody's channel. And apparently, this isn't the first time. It is not the first time. And it's not just Katydid's channel that he's done this to. Because as far as I know, let me see here, because I'm just going to. He did this to Matt Barr's channel, YouTube channel. He strikes Matt Barr's channel and threatens to do it again. Because apparently he said that certain channels, and as he mass flags them to YouTube, saying that they contain, excuse the language, YouTube, but sexual misconduct allegations that are against him. And this is how he's taken down a bunch of channels. And now he has that Star Wars girl, Anna, in his sights now. And Anna just got married, I believe, like last year or 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And she has a baby now. And Liam has literally threatened to sue her and get her ass in jail, which is nuts. And he's basically, yeah, he's threatening everybody. I can show you video clips, but it's probably best if I would say go to his channel Unintelligent Design, but why even give him the views? But exactly, Frostbane, exactly. and I thought I was a crazy dickhead. No, there's much crazier out there, and this is why I thought it was the stupid news, because this is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. Because if you have a look right here, Anna, and quite a lot of people know Anna, like oh God, Andy Masterson. Some of you know Andy Masterson. You know, he knows Anna. We all know Anna. Drunk 3PO is friends with her. You know, she's friends with Nerdronic. I mean, even Doomcock knows her. Yeah, he sue her. Nuts is right. Exactly. He's nuts. He's crazy. So, you know, because now she's getting worried, you know, and she posted, well, that psycho from Australia got Katydid entire channel deleted by false flagging, violating YouTube terms of service. You know, this is wrong and it needs to be rectified. And the lunatic, that's doing this needs to be held accountable. Yeah, because everybody has now been messaging YouTube like crazy, saying this is wrong. Gone. Channel gone. you know. And this is the piece of crap that has done this. This is the piece of crap that is doing this. This pathetic little man. Oh, yeah, that's right. Commercial time. So, you know what? Let's take a little bit of a brief commercial break and we'll do a commercial because we haven't done one yet. So, everybody, commercial time.
Have you ever wondered how books are made? For the purposes of this film, please answer with an inquisitive yes, or quietly say nothing. Most books are produced in a room such as this one, sometimes called a building. First, a typesetter must type out the contents of the book so the letters can be properly arranged for printing. He must be careful not to type any of the 6 forbidden words. Their insurance policy won't cover another accidental summoning. Next, Barnaby arranges the blocks of text onto individual pages. The order doesn't seem to matter, at least not to Barnaby. Then the text is gently bludgeoned. This not only helps to obscure typos, but also softens the letters to give them a sultry, almost erotic feel. Next, the plate is lightly brushed down to remove any stray honeybees, and then placed inside the word furnace. If the brush didn't get those bees, the searing heat surely will. Now it's off to printing. Old Murray checks a sample page. Good, the pages are almost large enough.
And there you go. There's your brief commercial right there. So, did you learn anything from books? That's why you want to go pick up a comic. This is so... I just hope those pages aren't long enough or big enough. Kitsusar, I hope Sylvia doesn't get her channel removed. I heard YouTube is on her behind now. Really? I hope not. It doesn't seem like so far anything has been a YouTube violation. So I don't think she has anything to worry about. Vince Womack says, and this, kids, is why it's called a spelling bee. Exactly. 100%. Yeah. So anyway, you know what? I'm gonna wrap this a little bit of news here. But anyway, here's the thing. Like I did. The links are in the chat right now. You know what? I'm gonna put it in again. So, and if you want to, check out Katie's channel on Rumble, and you know what? Tell her that Comic Relief Crusader sent you, and that you support her, and that you're not gonna put up with this, and screw Liam, and screw everything that he stands for, and let her know that we got her back. It's as simple as that. So, because here's the other thing. Liam had mentioned in the video, I can probably show the video, but it's like, again, why give him any airtime? Saying that anybody that hosts her on their channel, apparently they're going to be flagged. They're gonna be a target next. So, Gap, no, I'm not. I'm not. But you know what? I'm gonna send this message out to Liam. And you know what? He's probably not gonna see it. I don't care if he does see it. But Liam, you are mentally ill. You are nuts. You're crazy. You're unhinged. And you become the villain that you've written or allegedly written comics about. You are now becoming the Joker. Tim, we are an hour in, so piss and shit. There you go. And speaking of piss and shit, that's what you are, Liam. You're a liar. I've done work for you, pay me. Other people have done work for you, pay me. What are you going to do? If you take down this channel, I'll just make another one and I'll continue from there. I always have Rumble as well. So you know what? I'm not exactly afraid. Because if you think this is the first person or that you're the first person that I've exposed, I got something for you. You ain't the first. And I'll do it again. Because I've done it before. And a lot of people now know that that other person is a piece of receding shit. Like you. So, try to do something. Just try. And lick my taint. And that's enough of that. So there you go. Tell him to lick him. I shall, Tim. I shall. So enough of that. So you know what? You know what? You can't make a new channel because that will be ban evading. You know what? I'll do it somehow. But you know what? Whatever. What's he gonna do? I'm. Here's the thing. Oh, wait a minute, Gap. So, Mike, tell me how you really feel. Yes, I will. You know what? XP Comics. Here's the thing. Comics. No. I don't want to scare anybody. Yeah, and I don't mean to make this get dark. Okay, so listen. First of all, I don't like people lying about other people. I don't like people bullying other people. I can't stand it. I really can't. Especially to people that haven't done anything. The thing about this channel is, you know what? I know that I've said to a lot of people, please spread the channel around and, hit the subscribe button, blah, 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 blah. And it's true. I do want this channel to grow. And like you guys know, yeah, I'm doing a manga. I'm going to do a comic. And in another sense, it seems most of the time that this channel kind of flies under the radar. Or it's just, I don't want to say it's unnoticed, but it just kind of flies below the radar. So you know what? I'm really not that afraid that he's going to do something. To me, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. I'm just going to say what the truth is. And that's right. Exactly. So that's why you want to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, whether you're on X or Rumble or YouTube. And spread it around. Spread it good. That's right. Spread it around like scabies. So, but let's get on to the next article.
I guess we have to give you another news article. I hope it isn't bad news.
Maybe they'll hear that story.
That's right. Let's hope it's not bad news. And it probably won't be anyway. So, or will it? Don't know. Shields up. And just the 4 down torpedoes and stand by. Exactly. So you know what? Let's shut that one down and we'll go through this briefly because, well, it's out now and I haven't even watched it yet. And then you know what? We're about to get into some third news, which happens very rarely. But apparently, Mandalorian and Grogu beaten by an indie horror movie underperforms compared to Solo, a Star Wars story. So apparently this movie has done so bad It's done worse than Solo, and Solo was pretty bad. Dang. So what is the news behind this? So Star Wars has an obsession that has become a problem, but it's only the tip of the iceberg apparently. So the latest release of the long-running and faltering franchise, The Mandalorian and Grogu, is now the lowest-grossing installment in history. Oh my god. Moreover, it didn't even win the top spot at the box office over the Memorial Day weekend. Damn. So apparently a movie called Obsession, the monkey's paw horror story from newcomer Curry Barker, I never even heard of this, starring Indy Navarrete, from Superman and Lois. Oh, okay. Held on to the number one slot with bloody determination. The ultra low budget indie, that's the second exceptional effort by a YouTuber this year after Iron Lung. Oh, yeah, that's right. Markiplier's movie is exceeding expectations in its second week due to solid word of mouth. Oh, man. This has got to be embarrassing. So, through its outcome is not that president, it's still stunning a lot of people. Mando, which still has the Disney banner and the Star Wars brand behind it, flopping or underwhelming the unthinkable in some circles when the film was given prime real estate ahead of summer. That, and it's based on the most lauded series of the Disney Plus era. This is so sad. Dang. Yes. Less money than Solo. Imagine that. I know. Exactly, Vince. Like, how is that even possible? And the thing was, the Mando series did reasonably well. But, like how? How does that? I don't get that. I don't get that. What in the world? Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, Solo, a Star Wars story, might have seemed like a sure thing in the beginning, but it turned out into one of the biggest messes in. Yeah, it was bad. It was just so bad. I mean, Feminist Robot, remember that one? And told the tale about how Han got to be the space cowboy with a Wookiee sidekick. Yeah, that could have been better. It didn't even follow the original story, which I was kind of hoping it was, but it didn't. And Luke meets and pretty straightforward. Yeah, it was just bad. It was just bad. Sad and bad. Gap says, "Yeah, I'm so happy that it flopped. I'm dancing on Grogu's chicken nuggets right now." I'm guessing a lot of people are. And yeah, exactly, Vince. Because the movie looked like a season of the show just cut short. Exactly. It does. It just looks like that's what everybody is saying. And Gap, Rogue, one of the new Star Wars, is the only thing I think that was good. You know what? I am with you. Rogue One, I thought that was a fantastic movie. I thought it was really, really good. And that's the only new Star Wars movie that I like. You know, hands down. But finally, we got to know how Han got possession of those dice. Yes, we had to know that. And the wonderful Evelyn Rose. Never watched it before. I'm mostly busy babysitting and dealing with crying kids. Then you know what? I should have played that commercial. What was it called again? Knockout? The spray? I should have played that. Had I known ahead of time, then yeah, I could have given you a really good suggestion. All you have to do is just basically duct tape them to the chair and NyQuil. So anyway, so apparently, yeah, a indie movie, a indie horror movie, is basically beating out a $1 million budget Disney movie. That is so embarrassing for them. So you know what? That's too bad for them. And you know what? More important news. More important, disappointing news. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you know what? This the fan site Gate World. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, all you Stargate fans out there, but for all of you people hoping for that new Stargate series, unfortunately, it's not happening because apparently Amazon is axing it. It is not happening. It is. That's right. Chloroform is your friend. Totally 100% is. So remember that, Evelyn. Next time, chloroform. But this from Gate World. For all of you hoping for the new Stargate series that was going to be coming out because it had a lot of people excited. Amazon has axed the new Stargate series. It's not going ahead. It is not happening. So apparently Amazon MGM Studios is not moving forward with Martin Garrow's Stargate Revival, which was gonna start filming this fall, as we reported last time. So everybody was excited about this. It had the original writers, and but no, they're gonna axe it. It's not happening. So apparently the article says Stargate fans can't seem to catch a break. Amazon MGM has backtracked on its plan to reopen the Stargate with a new series from writer and executive producer Martin Garrow. Variety has reported, and Gate World has confirmed, the show was to stream globally on Prime Video. But apparently the show was announced in November in a video from the studio with Guerrero and fellow Stargate TV veteran Brad Wright and Joseph Malozzi, taking the news straight to fans. So, citing an anonymous source with knowledge of the situation, Variety reports that executives at the studio were concerned that Guerrero's take on the series would not have broad appeal beyond the franchise's already dedicated fan base. Saying this is a key component in revising a legacy IP, as it can be difficult to justify a large price tag, such as a big budget streaming series. So if a project only reaches existing fans, it fails to grow the audience. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So if you pander a little bit to the old fans, more than likely new fans are going to be like, new people are going to be like, well, what about the excitement's all about? And then they're going to check it out. That's the whole fun of it. So, glitch, what? I got an email from my boss. He said he fired me because I spread false information about another worker, even though I was busy doing my job. Wow, dude, that's a shame, man. That's too bad. That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Vince says, yeah, I like the Stargate franchise, but I couldn't get excited about the new show because there were no facts about it out there. Exactly. Well, all we had were just, I suppose, hopes and dreams at that point, back in November, when it was kind of reported, when we kind of covered that. So, but apparently the previous decade saw a gold rush of continuous of recognizable brands, especially as individual studios launched their own streaming services and reached into their vault to find old properties to resurrect. But today, many TV and movie franchises are struggling with to appeal both to core fans and new viewers, from Star Wars to Star Trek to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank God they don't mention DC. It's not that. See, here's the thing. You know, TV and movie franchises are struggling with the appeal to both core fans and new viewers. Well, they're struggling because the core fans have better knowledge than any of the writers. And any of the writers are just looking to make a paycheck, and they just write anything in. Plus, on top of that, most of these god awful writers inject themselves into the script and, make certain characters, gay or lesbian or trans or, something stupid. And they don't know anything about the lore. I mean, my God, look at the Acolyte. Look at anything Star Trek. Look at anything Marvel for the past, 7, 8 years now? They don't know anything. And that's why. That's why they can't connect or find, a better odds. So, okay, Vince, you got to dip out? Not a problem. My brains is already so far asleep that I can't type straight. I know how you can tell. Yeah, no, dude, it's all right. All the way over there in Europe, like you said, you were in the garden at 3 a.m., so I can't imagine what time it is now. Probably 4, after 5, getting close to 5. So don't worry about it, dude. It's so good. Gap's got your back. So, that being said, Gap says, yeah, it's probably for the best that they scrapped it because, Amazon's policy. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So, I mean, was it Rings of Power or whatever the hell it's called? With tokens work. So, Vince, you have a good night, man. Get some sleep. You really fail if you can't even sell lesbian space witches. Exactly. So, but that's why they can't get an audience, because they screw it up. So, but apparently in March, Guru appeared on a live stream with fans outlets Gate World and Dial the Gate to announce an impressive pair of department heads, production designer Nathan Crowley and video special effects supervisor Moen Leo. And apparently Guerrero served as writer and producer on Stargate Atlantis, which wasn't too bad of a story, before moving on to produce such series as Blind Spot, which he created for NBC, and 2022's revival of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap, the new one, sucked. It was horrible. It was bad. I'm sorry. It was shite. It was god awful. I could only watch the first episode and it was just, no, too much woke bullshit, not going to watch it. So you know what? Yeah, Gap, it's probably for the best. Probably for the best. And night for you also. Geez, Gap, you're taking up too? Man. In Canadian Cat says, comic, I do more fan art for you. Really? Interesting. But anyway, apparently the writer's room of the new show was assembled in January, with casting now in the early stages, and a London-based production planning to film this fall. But apparently now it's back to the drawing board because Amazon has axed it. So for all of you that was hoping for a new Stargate series, it's not happening anymore. So Amazon, you done screwed up. You done screwed up. You had the chance. That's all you had to do. And you could have just ran with it and everything would have been fine. But you didn't. So, oh well, what are you going to do? So there you go. We got 3 news articles out of the way. So you know what? Seeing how everybody is feeling a little sluggish and a little tired, and you know what? That's okay. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go straight to cartoon time. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do that. So we're gonna have to entertain the masses before everybody falls asleep here and stuff like that. So maybe it's because of my monotone voice. I'm not sure. But let's see what we can find here and play something for you before we go for the night. So I could do Bad Days. I could do, let's see. Nah, you know what? I already did that Powerpuff Girl one. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll do this one. Enjoy.
You're a pistol. You're really funny. You're really funny. Ha ha!
What do you mean, I'm funny?
It's funny, you know, it's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
What do you mean? The way I talk? What?
Well, you know, it's just, you're funny. What, I have to write it down? Funny, you know, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? What is funny about it?
Tommy, wait, no. Hold, you got it all wrong, buddy.
Anthony! He is a big boy. He knows what he said. What do you say? Funny how?
What? Just... you're
You
funny.
mean? Let me understand this, because you know, maybe it's me. I'm a little f***ed up, maybe. But I'm funny how? Do you mean I am funny like a clown? I amuse you? I make you laugh? I'm here to amuse you? What do you mean funny, Funny how? How am I funny?
Just, you know, how you tell the story. What?
No, I do not know. You said it, so how do I know? You said I'm funny. How the am I funny? What the is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me, what is funny?
Get the out of here, Tommy!
You I almost had him. I almost had him. You stuttering prick, you. Frankie, was he shaking? I wonder about you sometimes, Henry. You may fold under questioning.
Oh, I love you so much. Oh.
Okay. So, if you have never watched Samurai Jack, you're gonna have to watch Samurai Jack, but you're also gonna have to watch Goodfellas now. So, because you will never get that scene out of your head. So, you know what? Yeah, let's do one more. How about something with Mission Impossible? but with Carl and Cow from Cow and Chicken. Enjoy.
Okay, hi. We put an explosive charge in your head. Does this sound familiar? The rabbit's foot. Where is it?
I gave it to you.
Ethan, where is the rabbit's foot?
What are you saying? That wasn't what I gave you?
Well, I'm gonna count to 10. You are gonna tell me where the rabbit's foot is, or, well, she dies.
Jules is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Do you understand?
1!
You listen to me. I got exactly what you asked for. Did you want something else? Because there is some misunderstanding. I will fix it. I can get it. Whatever you want.
2!
Listen to me. Talk to me. We can talk. Like gentlemen.
3!
God! Alright. I know what the rabbit's foot is. I can help you.
The way you helped me on the airplane? That way?
You put the gun down. I am not talking to you like this.
Well, that's your choice, for...
The rabbit's foot is in Paris. You want to know where in Paris? Then let her go, 'cause you will not.
It's not in Perry. 5!
I can get it for you, but if you kill her, you do this, you get nothing. You are listening to me. The only way you're going to get what you want is for you to...
Wait a minute. Hold the phone, Ethan. You think that I am playing? You don't think I'll do it? Where is it? Where the hell is it?
Look at me.
Where the hell is it?
Look at me. Stay with me.
7?
I'm gonna kill you! I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you! 8! Please don't do this! Let her go, I promise you, I promise I can figure out how to get what you want, I promise!
9!
Listen to me. I want to help you. I want to help you whenever you want. But you got to do what is right. What you know is right. No.
10.
Okay, there you go. There's 2. I could add another one, but I don't know how you all would feel about that. So, lovely Midnight Royalty, nice to see you. That you just made it to the end of the show. So, oh, you're a baker. Lovely. So, you know what? Before we leave, we need to say.
Oh, I guess the show is over. Hey, leave a like and a comment, and we'll see you again really soon.
Well, it's not quite over, but this is what's going to be going on for the rest of the week. Let's see. Now that we have Titillating Tuesday out of the way, but let's see. This Thursday on exclusively. Remember, it's only exclusively on. God, where is it? There it is. This only on Rumble, and on X. On Comic Relief Crusaders, Sci-Fi Kung Fu, Movie Madness. God, why can't I ever get my own title right for Thursdays? Anyway, this Thursday on Rumble or an X, we're going to be watching The Crawling Eye. The midnight terror of the slithering eye that is unleashed. Agonizing horror on the screaming world. Ooh, lovely Midnight Royalty. You'll subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. So remember, that is going to be this Thursday only on Rumble and on X. So if you want to find me, then that's where you go. You go to the Rumble channel, you subscribe on the Rumble channel, and you well, you can go find me on the Rumble channel. That's what you want to do. So to everybody out there, whether you are here on the YouTubes or on X, head over to the Rumble channel and go subscribe there. And this Thursday, yes, we're going to watch The Crawling Eye. And exactly, Canadian Cat. The Crawling Eye. Interesting name for a movie. It is. It is. So, pure cheesy sci-fi at its best. Or at least as best as it gets. So, let's see. On Mike's Movie Matinee on Saturday, we're going to be having Ladies of Leisure. Unfortunately, I don't have the poster to show that just yet, but that's okay. 1930s Ladies of Leisure. That's going to be showing on all three channels, on YouTube, Rumble, and on X. No, just YouTube and Rumble. So, because I don't live broadcast those, they're pre-recorded. So, and you know what? Sunday, Huge Circles, huge. It's going to be the drawing stream where I'm doing my own comic, doing my own manga, and doing my own comic that I'm going to be putting out. Try to cancel that, Liam. And see where that gets you. So that's where I do all the doodling and try to invite somebody on. So you know what? Because Gap left, and Gap insisted this past Sunday that he wanted to come on and try to distract me, I'm going to bring Gap on. So there. See how he feels about that. and lovely Midnight Royalty. All right, sounds lovely. Have a good night. Nice to meet you. Well, yeah, nice to meet you too. So, totally nice to meet you. And thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. I really honestly do. So, it's our Canadian Cat. It's huge. So huge. It's amazing. But that's what's going on for the rest of the week. So, remember, if you guys can, if you happen to go over to Rumble, and hop on over to Katie's channel and say hi and tell them Comic Relief Crusader sent you, to give her a little bit of support after what happened to her YouTube channel. So you know what, guys, have a good rest of the week, and you know what, we will see you soon. So remember,
be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!